Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ebon and today I'm going to be discussing domestic violence. I think we all know what domestic violence is, and in my opinion I'm going to be telling you questions that you need to ask yourself if you're in a domestic violent relationship or marriage, and I'll also be discussing reasons why people do not leave domestic violent relationships. So first of all, I need to explain that domestic violence can either be physical abuse, emotional abuse, or sexual abuse. So it's not just when somebody hits you, it's also when you say no and then you are sexually assaulted, or when somebody verbally or emotionally tortures you. So let's go into the questions that you should ask yourself when you are in this situation. I'll be looking down at my book because I have written those questions down because I did not want to forget. As I see what I do for you guys, just to make sure that you get the best. If you have not yet subscribed, please, what are you doing? The button is just there. Just click it. There's also a bell. Click the bell so that you know when I upload videos as well. And please don't forget to give these videos a thumbs up. So let's get into the questions first of all. I feel the first question you need to ask yourself when you're in a domestic violent relationship is, can my partner change? So the reason why I'm using the word partner is because it can either be a boy or a girl, so dependent on the relationship you are in. You can be in a domestic violent relationship and it might be the girl that is being domestic that might be the receiving party, or it might be the boy that is receiving party. So that's first thing you need to know. So first question you need to ask yourself is, can my partner change? If the answer is yes, next question, how do you know? See, I believe that people can change because I've seen situations in which people who were domestically violent to their partners actually transformed. But the question is, how do you know they are going to change? And if you say yes, they can change, then the next question you need to ask yourself is, can I wait for him to change? These are legitimate questions because if you say, oh, somebody can change, that means you're like, okay, there's hope in this relationship. Can I wait for the person to change? Can I wait for the person to be transformed? That should be your next question. And if yes is your answer to you can wait, the next question you need to ask yourself is, for how long? For how long? Very legitimate question. Is my threshold 3 days? Is my threshold 3 months? Is my threshold 6 months, 1 year, 3 years? What is my threshold? What is my waiting time to see whether he can change or whether she can change? The next question you need to ask yourself after that is, can you endure what you are going to go through during the wait? And I feel this is also a legitimate question because the fact that he can change, the fact that you can wait, the fact that you have a time frame does not matter, because the next question you're going to be asking yourself is, can I tolerate the next slap? Because during the waiting process, things can happen. He's not just going to transform. It's not witchcraft. It's not. This is not a spiritual game, no? It's not close your eye and open it and he or she is a new creature. It is a gradual process. So while he's gradually or while she's gradually changing, if she slaps you, if she rapes you, or if he rapes you, if he emotionally tortures you, if he abuses you, if he demeans who you are, can you tolerate that? This is a legitimate question. And I feel like if the answer to all these your questions are yes, then you know what you want to do. The purpose of this video is not to tell you whether to stay in a domestic violent relationship. I have my own opinions, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. You need to discover what you will do for yourself, because in every domestic violent relationship, the story is different. And that's why I'm not coming and saying, if they slap you, run away. No, I'm saying ask yourself these questions and then determine what to do. If the answers to your questions are no, then you know what to do. is just common sense. And unfortunately, when it comes to things of the heart, common sense is not very common. So that's why I said, ask yourself these questions and then determine what you are planning on doing. So that's the first part of this video, questions you should ask yourself. The next part of this video is why people do not leave domestic violent relationships. I have researched, I have heard from people who have gone through this situation and who have left, and some who haven't even left. And when they have expressed their stories to me, I would like to highlight things that I have gathered on why people do not leave domestic violent relationships. And I will never blame you for not living a domestic violent relationship. But the reason why I want to share this is because I think if you hear it again, you might think a bit harder on what you want to do. So the first reason is, what will people say? For example, you are 2 years into a marriage, and for the past 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, your husband has been beating you, hitting you, emotionally torturing you, or your wife has been doing the same, and you want to leave the marriage. You're wondering, what will my friends say? Would they say, oh, that's how she met the boy in 6 months and got married to him, she did not know him, so now that all this is happening, what did she expect? Sister, brother, block your ears. That is my candid advice. Because let me tell you one thing about human beings. When there is a situation at hand, they all would have their own opinions. And my dear, I was seeing recently on one of my YouTubers' page, her sister posted something for her to read. I'll put a picture of it here, saying that if you lie down flat for people and they walk on you, they will still complain that you are not flat enough. So meaning that people will always complain no matter the situation. So please, why do you care about what they are saying? Block your ears. Honestly, put cotton wool. If you know that you are going to hear, get a doctor to remove your earbuds, your eardrums. I don't even know what helps you hear. Get them to remove it. Because the same person that will say, oh, she's rushed into marriage and just rushed out, is the same person that will be at your graveside saying, if we had known, this is what she has been going through, why didn't she leave? They are the same people. They are the same people. Second reason why people do not leave domestic violent relationship is because of the church or the mosque or whatever religion they believe in. I can't even understand that one, to be honest. When I've heard that kind of situation, I'm like, wait, when the boy or the woman was pounding on you or emotionally torturing you, did the church receive the beating? I can't even understand. Did the church swallow the pain? Did the church... No. How does the church have anything to do with your domestic violence situation? I'm a Christian. I go to church. But sorry, church and states, it has nothing to do with it. How do you look at yourself in the mirror with your black eye or red eye or pink eye, or I don't even know what color of eye can be, and then you're using your L'Oreal or Fenty to cover it to go to church, and you're telling me the church has an opinion? If the church has an opinion, don't cover your face. Go to church with the black eye, the red eye, the pink eye. Let's see what the church will say. The truth is that the church is meant to guide you, yes, but in a domestic violent relationship, if you die, the church will bury you. They will attend your wake keeping, they will attend your funeral. They will say, oh, our sister passed away, no problem. Our brother passed away, no problem. The next day, do you think the church is going to be on your case? I don't get. Another reason people do not leave domestic violent relationships is because of financial dependency. I understand that a lot of housewives, a lot of house husbands in the world, for so many reasons. But I'm saying, if you are a housewife or house husband, have a source of income, have a business. You don't need to go anywhere to make money. You can make money in your house. You might make money in, you can have a shop, have someone that would be in the shop for you and run the shop for you, and then you just do accounting at the end of the day. This is why people say have your own, because if you're in a domestic violent relationship and you want to leave and you're planning on taking your kids, if you have any, One of your worries will be, how am I going to fend for these children? And it's a legitimate worry. And that is one of the reasons that I can even understand why people don't live domestic violent relationships. Another reason is people say, oh, what about the children? Legitimate concern. But I want to shed some light on this particular one, the children. Mother, father, your children are not daft. Neither are they stupid, especially if the child is grown. So if you have a 1-year-old, probably will never remember anything, I will say okay. But if you have a 5-year-old who can see, in fact 3-year-olds who can see, they can see their mother being beaten, they can see their father being beaten, or their mother or father being emotionally tortured. Do you think that it's not affecting them? In the future, if she's a girl child and she's afraid of commitment, or she enters into a marriage and she decides that, oh, my mother was physically abused because she always tries to have an opinion. In this marriage, I will not have an opinion. What kind of child are you raising? What kind of mother are you raising for your grandchildren? Question you should ask yourself. If it's a son, how are you sure that you're not telling your son that this is a norm in a household? Daddy can smack mommy if mommy says what he does not agree with. What kind of husband are you raising for your future daughter-in-law? What kind of father are you raising for your future grandchildren? Legitimate questions. Your children have brains. No child, I don't think any child can live without a brain. So there's definitely something up there. And my dear, there's some things called memories. They will remember. They will remember the slap, the kick, and what betide you 50 years down the line. You tell your child, maybe you're having an argument with your child, and you tell your child, oh, I suffered for you. I stayed in a difficult marriage for you. Your father hits me. And the child tells you, mommy, daddy, who asked you? Who sent you errand? Children tell their parents all kinds of things. And if the statement is who sent you errand, means I'll be asking you who sent you errand. Because one thing I've realized is that it gets to an age in a child's life where you can tell a child what to do. Okay, so you stayed in a difficult marriage. This is my house. I paid the mortgage here. I built this house. If I want to slap my wife, mommy, that is your business. And if your daughter tells you, mommy, if I want to insult my husband, you have no say. What do you expect? It's probably something the child has seen. Now, I also want to say that there are situations in which children who go through abusive homes turn out to be like the gold standard. They will not touch their wives. In fact, if they even hear a situation where a woman was hit, they can start crying. Or if they hear, if the woman will talk to her husband so respectfully, and not because of fear, she will have a say of her own because she knows what her mother went through. There are situations where there is a perfect bound. There is no problem with the child. But my question is, how do you know? You don't know the future. You are not a witch. You are not a wizard. You are not God. You are not the Holy Spirit. So how do you know? I feel that these are things that people consider when they are thinking of living a difficult relationship or a domestic violent relationship. And I thought I would air these views so that you could hear them, because this is a very serious situation and nobody should be telling you what to do. The decision is only yours and yours alone. You sit down and think, oh, this is what I want to do. Anyway, guys, I hope you have liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel. As I said, it's free. The subscription button is down just there. Just click it, click it, click it, click it, click it before you go. Please give this video a thumbs up as well, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.